Hey yo, welcome to the wonderful world of HungryHeath. Now, I am not a classically trained chef. What I am is a self-taught home cook. I have studied under several television chefs. I have a PhD from YouTube University and a black belt in Google Fu. I love to cook. The only thing I love more than cooking is my wife, the sensational Shelly eats steak. Together, we host what we like to call the Friday Night Feast. Now this happens every Friday night, 6:30 Central. We'll cook up an entree, maybe a couple little snacks, show y'all how to do it, and then we'll just sit around and just enjoy the fruit of our labors with all of our friends in the Hungry Horde. We have a blast every Friday night. Now today, I got something really different for y'all. Normally I'd have like a mise en place right here, all the stuff I'm going to be using. But I woke up and realized I had left a brisket laying in the sink all night. It was frozen, so I was wanting to thaw it. But my actual intent was let it go for a little while in the sink to start thawing, and I was going to move it to the fridge and pull it out this morning and start cooking. Well, it was totally thawed, so I opened it up real fast, smelled it, it was perfect. I don't suggest doing that again. That's playing things a little dicey, a little too close, I think. But normally, when I cook a brisket, I would season it with equal parts salt and pepper, and then kind of do a little light dash at the end of some garlic powder. But today, since I'm doing it a different method, I just figured I would season it differently too. So I did on both sides. I did an even blend of Redmond's Season Salt, followed by a little bit of this hot stuff that our friend Maitreya got us. It is from the Flatiron Pepper Company. It is a 4-pepper blend, and it has arbol, ghost, habanero, and jalapeno. Like I said, I get a good dusting of that, and I love about this thing too. You have to be careful, especially if you're adverse to heat. As you can tell, the opening on this is very big, the holes on it. So a lot comes out at once. So I just got to have an even hand when you're applying this. But things get better from there. So I go out to my Traeger pellet smoker. Start to fire it up, so I get my temperature set, and it won't come on. I go out to the back, find the power button, nothing. I don't know what's going on. So called an audible, and I went in and started cooking it in the oven. Then I jumped on to watch Autumn Keto's live this morning. When that finished up, I started milling around the house, messing with some stuff, woke Shelly up. She started investigating. She goes, well, look, dummy. It's not even plugged in all the way.
Yeah, I did not call you dummy. Don't put words in my mouth.
Because I checked the power on the wall, the top and the bottom plug, plugged another appliance into that to make sure that the plug was working. So I was getting power from the wall, but I wasn't getting it to the smoker. She said I didn't have it plugged in all the way on the other end into the unit.
So the Traeger, the plug goes in from underneath, so it hangs like this. And I think, if you move it or anything, after a while, gravity, it just kind of drops. It just dropped just enough to where it wouldn't turn on. So as soon as I got under there and I just went, wow, I was just going to... Okay, this is like past history of IT support. What do you do first? Turn off and then back on.
I did that.
Unplug and plug.
Control,
so I was going
delete.
to unplug it and then plug it back in.
I did that.
But you didn't.
Well, I did the other end.
Yeah, but you didn't do the end that connects to the actual unit, which, IT, that's where you go. Unplug it. So I unplugged it. Well, actually, I just pushed and it plugged right in. And I heard the little, click when it goes in. I was like, oh, now it's on.
Duh. So simple. I felt so silly.
Well, things like that happen, right? So it's good to always check for all of those things, right?
Right there. My savior.
Oh.
So, here's what we did.
Alrighty, folks. This one's gonna be a doozy. I don't know what's going on, but my pellet smoker will not turn on. I got this brisket I have to cook, so I'm gonna have to do it in the oven. To make matters worse, I don't know what happened to the probes for my, I call them baby monitors. My temperature gauge, I can't find the probes for them. So what I'm going to have to do is just put this in the oven and probably every 2 hours, just take a temperature reading on it. Just to make sure I'm not overcooking it. And since I'm doing things different today, I went totally off the wall with the... I dusted it with the Redmond Season Salt, followed by a light dusting of this Flatiron Pepper Company seasoning that our buddy Traeger got us. Y'all just look at this. I think this is going to be well seasoned, be slightly spicy. So I already have my oven preset to 225, so let's get in there and get cooking. Alrighty, I got her in the oven. Good night, sweet prince. We'll see you in a couple hours.
Alrighty, folks, this is, like I said before, a special cook. I've had the brisket in the oven for about 2.5 hours. I kept monkeying with the pellet smoker, and I finally got it working. It's just a simple brain fart on my end. The power cord was not properly plugged in. It was something so simple, I feel so silly.
Thanks, Shelly.
Yeah, thank you, baby. So we got it up, we have the pellet smoker up to temp. So I'm going to pull the brisket out of the oven. We're going to transfer it to the smoker and let it finish cooking. Oh, at least this makes the house smell good. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
I'm going to zoom in and get a better shot. That's awesome.
All that fat.
Yeah. I very, very rarely, or very minimally trimmed it. There was a couple little pieces like just flapping around. I cut all those off and fed them to Delilah. Alrighty. I have the probe plugged into it. This might be a little hot, so I'm going to work quick. So, run the cord out through the hole. We're going to close the door and let it cook until it comes to 205. Alright, it's showtime. According to my temp gauge, my brisket is done. Actually, I guess it's about 2 degrees over. I'm supposed to pull it at right 195. I'm at 197. Alrighty, this is what it looks like off the pit. Let's get it inside. So I put this brisket on around 8 o'clock this morning. It is now a little after 9. I'm going to wrap it in foil and let it sit for about an hour. Then I'm going to pop it in the fridge and we'll have this for dinner tomorrow night and probably the next night too. It's just too late now to really eat, so this is going to have to be leftovers.
So this is the next day, and I've got this out, and I want to slice it now, and then we're going to reheat part of it. The first thing you want to do is separate the flat from the point. And so when I lift this up, which it worked a second ago, kind of see there where the two parts have meet. So I'm going to cut along that kind of diagonal there. So it's going to be about here. And then that'll separate it. So I'll show you what that looks like after I cut that. Okay, y'all, I've got that sliced up. It was so easy, which just tells me how tender this is going to be. So here's your flat. And then here is the point, the fatty part. So how you're going to slice this up. Now the flat, you could just go ahead and slice like this. But your point, you're going to turn it and you're going to slice this away. So it goes against that. And I'm going to start doing that because this is my favorite part. And then we'll get that in the oven reheated. So I got these cut up. I like to do about 1/4 to 1/2 inch slices because I like brisket steaks. You can see where Heath did not trim much of that fat at all on there. But look at some of these others where it's not as fatty. Look how pretty that looks. So to get this reheated, you want to preheat your oven to 325. Make sure this is sat out for about 20 to 30 minutes. You don't want it fresh, cold out of the refrigerator. So let it sit out for about 20-30 minutes. You're going to double wrap it in aluminum foil, and then you're sticking in the oven, if it's already sliced, about 20 minutes.
I want to try a piece of the brisket first. Since this is an experiment, I've never cooked them this way. Let me check it out.
I'm just adding a little salt to my
Oh man.
peppers and onions and pickles. Tell me, what do y'all like to have with your brisket? I'm fine with like stuffed mushrooms or jalapenos. He likes to always have pickles and cheese. So what's your go-to side with brisket? Hey, I've got a little nugget here I'm going to try.
More brisket? Or even like pickled jalapenos is good too, but these stuffed ones fit really good too.
But look at that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. That looked like it came out pretty good.
Yeah. Because that's what you want to see, right?
Yeah. And it just, like I said, this is an experiment. I kind of just threw this together at the last minute. I didn't really season it like I normally do. But so far, I think it tastes pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That is really good, actually.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of my homemade barbecue sauce here, but it doesn't need it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Do you like how moist it is?
It's very moist. And we reheated this, y'all. So, like, we put it in the oven, reheated that for about 20 to 25 minutes. And it's perfectly, I mean, it's not like blazing hot, but it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
And that double wrapping it in foil really helped keep all of that moisture in.
Because, I'm going to do the math here. I put it on around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We finally pulled it a little after 9.
So 13 hours about?
Yeah. For what, just under 11-pound brisket?
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Very moist, delicious. It's tender. Of course, I've got the point, which is my favorite part. I like all of the fatty goodness. How about you? I know you didn't trim it that much. Is it bothering you that
Not
there's
at
a lot
all.
of fat?
I love it. The only thing that I am a little disappointed in on this is I thought with the seasoning, the last bit, I thought it'd be spicier.
Yeah, there's not.
It's not.
No. The spice isn't like real heavy or anything.
No.
It's just like a real light, faint
Yeah.
heat to it, but nothing. I think anybody, even like Shauna, could eat this.
Yeah.
It's just not that spicy.
But it's tasty.
I have to say, my critique is, I love Redmond's and their seasoned salt is good, but my favorite rub that you put on a brisket is just your simply salt and pepper with the coarse ground on there. It gives it a thicker crust,
Mm-hmm.
and it just has a more flavor rich when it comes out.
The only reason why I didn't, because I didn't have any of it ready.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh. Because honestly, remember, I told you, I forgot that we left it in the sink last night. So I had to get it cooking.
But other than that, it's delicious. For a brisket,
Yeah.
it turned out perfect.
Tastes better than the restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
This is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Y'all gotta do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you click that like button. And if you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you cook them this way. And then, don't forget, every Friday night, 6:30 Central, we go live for the Friday night feast. Cook up an entree, show y'all how we do it. Then we'll just sit around and just shoot the breeze with all of our friends at the Hungry Horde.
Mm-hmm.
We have a blast every time we do these.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for watching. I'm going to enjoy this brisket.
Me too. Bye.
Mm.